Karrie Jacobs went on a 14,000-mile journey in search of the perfect $100,000 home. And that's what her book is entitled by Viking Press. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Tell me about this journey.
Well, I got in my little car, my Volkswagen Cabrio, and I drove all over the country and met with architects and builders. I had been editing a magazine called Dwell, which is about modern residential architecture. While doing that, I had accumulated kind of a file of architects and builders who were interested in building low-cost modernist homes. And that's a hard thing. Well, I guess a low-cost home is a hard thing to find in many parts of this country. But if you like modern design and you're not somebody who is wealthy enough to be able to hire an architect and build a custom home, it's a hard thing to get.
Now, I think maybe one of the misconceptions is when you think low-cost home, or you stick within this number of $100,000, it would be a home devoid of any style. That really isn't the case.
No, I mean, part of the challenge is that I have very particular taste and a strong sense of style, and it's in fact a style that maybe a lot of people wouldn't like. I'm, basically a modernist and a minimalist, and I like really clean lines and lots of light and simple spaces, but I guess self-consciously simple spaces. And so the challenge was to find a really great house at that price, not just, any old house.
Give us an idea of maybe one of the projects, one of the cities where you found a home that sort of is a snapshot of what people will find as they read the book.
Well, I think that the house that's kind of the poster child for this book is in Houston. And Houston is an interesting city because they really don't have much in the way of zoning regulations, and so people experiment a lot there.
Oh, really?
And I met a young architect there who was building a house he called the Shot Trot House. And it was sort of half a traditional shotgun house and half a dog trot house, which is another traditional style, but with a very modern approach, a very kind of sleek, modern look to it. And I met him when he was planning the house, and I talked to him a lot as I was working on the book, and he finally finished the house actually a year after I did the road trip, and it's this long, skinny house with really beautifully placed windows, and it's comfortable, and it came in, including the land. I think that the budget was about $120,000, $130,000.
Wow.
It was in an unfashionable part of Houston, so the land was inexpensive. But what he did is he just thought about what things cost and how to do them inexpensively all the way through the process of planning and building the house. And because he's also a very good designer, it really came out well. And so that's kind of the model for me, for the kind of thinking that I was looking for.
You'll find projects like that and other ways to inspire yourself in The Perfect $100,000 House by Viking. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, you're welcome.
It's time now for Ask Lou.